Hey everyone, how are you doing? It's Joey Sturgis with Joey Sturgis Tones, and today I wanted to walk you through the new plugin that we're working on. It's called Bassforge Hellraiser, and I figured I would open the song from the commercial so that we could walk through how we got that tone and just show you some cool stuff about the plugin. So yeah, this is the session. We did it in Reaper. Thanks to Druce of Stalin. Shout out to him for writing this quick little tune for our plugin. And all I've got is two bass DIs. There's nothing going on with them. Check it out. And one thing I'll add is this bass DI is actually not really super bassy, so I kind of had to work a little bit of magic on this bass track. I think it's just because it's tuned so low that the strings it's really hard to like pull that sub frequency out of it. So we're going to start by typing in Hellraiser and loading that on there. And this is what it sounds like just right out of the box. Now, there's a whole range of tones that you can get out of this plugin. And I kind of like this whole plugin, the Hellraiser model, is really aimed around this whole clank thing. And if you're a fan of like heavier music, then you know like bass clank is like a huge thing that happens in metalcore and metal music and like hardcore music. So we're really trying to go for that and try to build something around that. So that's what Hellraiser is all about, is the clank. Now, you have a number of options for cabs. I'm just going to stick with the match cab. I really like it. However, I do recommend when you're playing around with the plugin to try messing around with having the cab completely off, which you can just do by double clicking right there. But yeah, let's just start tweaking. So you can get some really cool results with that cab turned off, but I'm going to leave it on for this demonstration. Now, I got to explain something down here in the right hand side of the amp. We've got a raise hell switch and a enhance sub switch. These switches are really important for the bass tone when you're mixing. One, because the enhance sub switch actually engages a harmonic exciter and a harmonic multiplier. So basically what's happening is you're just taking some of those sub frequencies and you're multiplying them up in the frequency range so that they can be more audible on smaller speakers. So I'll engage that now so you can hear how that works. Pretty subtle, but in the grand scheme of things, it really makes the bass pop in a mix. Now, my favorite thing is the raise hell switch. This basically switches the tone stack in the back to give you a more aggressive tone. You can really go for it if you're trying to get that grindy, clanky tone. That's what I recommend turning that switch on. So let's hear it. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is a neat little trick here. It's just a basic EQ trick, but you kind of dial in like find the sort of humming frequency or the low end frequency that's kind of just solid and stacked. And I like to cut that one a little bit with a pretty narrow Q, and then raise the same frequency around the same frequency range with a really wide Q. Let's see, we're going to want this one here. and that'll give you some more low end, but at the same time cut out the mud. Cool, I think we got something sounding pretty cool. So let's actually pull it into the mix now and just kind of mess around with it as it's playing back. All right, so now we've kind of gotten to a point where we need a little bit of compression. With the Hellraiser amp, we've got compression built in, and it's pretty cool because it's like a crossover compressor. Basically, what you're looking at here on bank A is everything from 20 hertz to whatever the crossover is set to. So if the crossover is set to 250 hertz, that's your frequency range here. And then your frequency range here would be everything above that. And then, of course, a mix knob. So I really like to use this to kind of control the balance of the bass tone. It's like having a splitter, crossover splitter on your bass built right into the plugin, and you can really kind of separate the low from the high and process those differently if you need to. So I'll go ahead and show you. If we put this in solo, you can actually solo the bank. So you can hear exactly what's happening within that frequency range. And then, of course, we have a compressor and a limiter built in, so you can kind of control the dynamic range of that entire bank. So it's like having a multi-band compressor sort of at the end here, at the end of the chain. So I'm going to just kind of tweak this out and get something that sounds good. There we go. That sounds pretty cool. Let's hear it in the mix. And of course, you could go in and fine tune the EQ a little bit more, but I just wanted to give you guys a basic demonstration of what Bassforge Hellraiser can do, how powerful it really is, and how it's easy to get a good tone with the very first model of Bassforge Hellraiser. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.